Hear me typing? Well, that don't make no sense.
Probably going out through the wrong mic.
Oh, I know why. I got it. We got it. We're great. We fucking got this.
Ooh.
We've got this,
Wait,
boy.
there's so many new things.
Huh?
There's like, I feel like there's a lot of new, like, there's like, sorry, I know you're on your podcast, but there's like a lot of new items and like weapons, I think, in this game now.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. What's up, bud? Yeah, I figured out why you could hear me typing. It's because I didn't have my mic muted on the stream. This is, really professional. I can't hear you now. You're fucking silent. What happened?
Oh wait, shit, sorry, I forgot to hold my microphone close to my face.
Oh my god, Bernie, smash that like button. So hit it.
Bro, we're really just getting like better and better every cast with, you know, being on time and
It's 7.
professional.
It's 7.
Yeah, but we're a day late and also a week, so we're a week and 1 day late.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we did say when the world ended that it may be every 3 weeks instead of every 2 weeks. So like,
We also said we were gonna do it every week when the world ended.
but like you said that, and I didn't say that, and like I run this shit. So I mean, what can you really do about that, honestly? Like, whose fault is that? Yours, duh. Everyone should blame you, but like, you know, we gotta move on.
Everybody blame me for everything.
You don't know what day it is anymore. I know, dude.
Friday.
Speaking about not knowing what day it is. So my work has instituted. I don't know if I talked about this last podcast, but where just because of cost savings and blah blah blah, corporate baloney and keeping our jobs and not firing people, which is great, you know. So I'm not going to complain much about it, but we have to use like 1 day of PTO a week for like 8 weeks in a row. So I lined up today. I had a PTO day. I also have Memorial Day off, and then I have a PTO day Tuesday. So I have a 5-day weekend.
Damn, dude, I also have today off because I work 410s, but
I hate
and
410s.
I have Memorial Day off.
I guess 410s
You know,
would be way better doing a physical labor job, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
Why do I have Reddit up? I don't even know why. Click-a-doodle. We'll get to talking about that stuff in a little bit, though. So yeah, how's it going, buddy? We got a little bit of updates from you. I know you've gotten some solid work done. If you want to like if you have any update pictures you want me to show, like post it in Discord.
I posted one on our Instagram story, and I don't think I can send videos through Discord, but the S12, I've been putting some work in on that, and last weekend it had its first start. Let me see if I can send you that video real quick of it. But
can you like post it on like Instagram or something and just send me that link? Because I can probably open that.
Yeah, maybe.
You might even be able to make it like private or some
I
shit.
Oh wait, I can send it to
Turn
you
up
on Discord.
Okay, I'll turn up Corn.
Oh no, I can't send it on Discord.
How do I do
Well, anyway, I'll put it on our Instagram story after the podcast. I started the S12 for about 5 seconds, 2 different times. The reason I didn't let it run longer is because 2 of the fuel injectors are still leaking, despite the fact I've done the O-rings twice now on them.
Yeah, but did you do them twice enough?
No, I did them wrong both times.
Okay. You didn't use, what did you use to lube them?
Do them again. Well, I didn't lube them the first time like a doofus, and then the second time I lubed them, but only with silicone spray, not like grease.
I probably would have just used like any oil.
Well,
or like even like WD-40 would have worked.
Yeah, well,
Spit might have worked, honestly.
I mean, spit probably would have worked as well as silicone spray, but anyway, so point being, got to do injector seals again, but the bigger issue is that all of the oil's on the ground,
That's not
and I
good.
don't know where it's coming from.
The car.
I can send you that picture of the Chernobyl disaster
Yeah,
zone under my
send me some
car.
good ones. This is gonna be this for until you send me some decent stuff.
Well, okay, I just sent it to you on Discord, but
I don't see it.
I spent an hour and a half. Well, it's sending. Okay, my internet's not that good.
There we go.
Okay, it's sent. So yeah,
Oh.
I spent an hour and a half under the car crawling around trying to find the source of the leak, and I fucking can't. Like, it just is coming from no discernible space, but it's coming very quickly.
So what I would do
Crazy
is
frustrating.
this is how I would try to solve this is get yourself a can of gunk and just spray down, clean the entire engine, and then just let it sit for a few days and just find where it starts getting dirty as you go down, and then you know your horizontal level of leak.
I think that's not a bad idea. My idea is so here's the thing. Because it's all leaking while the car's just sitting, like not running, it's not, leaking. It's clearly not like leaking out of the valve covers, right? It's from somewhere in the lower end. So my thoughts are it's either the oil pan gasket, the rear main, or the front main. Or there's a hole in my oil pan. Like, those are the four things really.
Can I make a maybe a small recommendation?
Sure.
You could just consider it an active oil change and just top it off every like however often.
Oh, dude, it leaks way too fast for that.
Oh.
Like,
Get the
It-
turkey
it's
baster.
it's doing like a quart a day.
That's a lot.
That's
So
without running.
that would tell me that it would have to be kind of low in the engine. So probably
Exactly.
a main seal or something. That
And so the thing is, like, to do any of those, the engine's gonna have to come out of the car. And if I do any one of those, I might as well do the other two. So kind of right now, what I'm thinking is engine's coming back out
so
tomorrow.
So was your original hope to just slap the engine in and it was gonna just be fine and just like YOLO send it?
Yeah, I mean, the dude who sold it to me said it was pretty much fine except for a few things that were pretty minor. And he told me a bunch of things that he had done to it, which all seemed to be true. So I kind of just trusted him on it, but he didn't tell me about the quart a day oil leak.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was muted right there and typing stuff.
Oh, you're good. You're good. But yeah. So I don't know. I mean, my hope was that I was just gonna be able to slap it in, but like, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that it didn't go that way. And like at the end of the day, I'm gonna order the parts up, and I can probably pull it out and do my rear main and put it back in a weekend, or do my rear main and front main and oil pan gasket or whatever I need to do.
So, should we say that this is a teaching lesson to thee that if you got an engine out and you're putting it into something, maybe you should do the easy stuff while it's out anyway?
It's funny because when I had the engine sitting on an engine stand and I was cleaning it up a little, I was like, it really wouldn't be a bad idea to do the oil pan gasket and the front and rear main right now. Like, they may be new, but if they are like, if I know they're new, then they'll be good. But I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure it'll be all right.
I mean, in my experience with buying old cars and parts and stuff, something has been messed with. At least at my price point, and I'm gonna assume at your price point it's probably the same.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. I was being
let's just-
incredibly naive. I
So-
was being incredibly naive, and I'll freely admit
So like
that.
to that, even if somebody said to me like, "Oh, this is all new. This is whatever." Like, okay, you know, did they gunk RTV where it didn't need to be? You know, shit like that. Um, actually, on the Jetta when before I did the valve cover gasket, which I think must have leaked for the last decade it ran or something, with the amount of like caked up oil and sludge and shit that was on it and still is on it even after several times cleaning. Like it's just I can't like get it all at the bottom and in the back. It's so hard to get to, but whatever. But yeah, when I took that off and finally fixed it, it was like, oh well, no shit, this didn't seal. Like the dipshit just put RTV all over these perfectly flat machined surfaces. Like I just
Yeah, and
someone's
there's,
always
like,
gonna
there's
think they're
definitely some
smarter.
RTV around the oil pan and stuff, so
Yeah.
that could be it. But like either way, I think I just need to pull those things out, and having the engine out might give me an opportunity to clean up some of the wiring, and because it's also like I'm not gonna leave it as just a rat's nest, but it is like a rat's nest right now, and I need to relume all that, and I can maybe clean up my power steering lines a little bit with the engine out, so it won't be that bad. And honestly, once that's done, shit should be ready to rip, so that's cool.
So what is your goal date? It looks like around here, June, probably June. Like tracks and events will at least occur. Like no spectators. I don't think is going to be a thing.
Yeah,
But I
so
think
I mean, the
events will
tracks
start
are
around June. I don't know about you. What you're aiming
the
for?
tracks are rolling out here. Like my goal originally was to drive Team Tanoshimu Summer Jam this weekend at Park, and that obviously isn't going to work out, but I'm still probably going to go there and hang out. So anyone that's at Summer Jam,
What's the saying? Like double whatever car project you got, just like double the money and triple the time, and that's probably
yeah.
more
And
accurate.
I'm not really setting like a hard date on when I want to be done, but like assuming I actually get around to like working on it. So obviously I got to order the parts, but I'll do that probably today, and then assuming I just get off my ass and do it next weekend, then it should be driving within maybe the next time we cast.
That'd be
Don't
awesome.
hold me to that.
I wish I could say the same, but
Yes, talk to us about the Jetta. I've been rambling on for a minute now.
so the Jet is fine and dandy. Also, by the way, guys, you have Harbor Freight jack stands. Make sure you're not going to kill yourself with yours. Go check that out.
I still need to check mine, but they aren't holding anything up right now.
Yeah, well, mine were holding the Jetta up with no rear brakes or rear wheels and everything while I was when I heard about it.
Were yours expired?
No,
Or-
mine weren't part of the recall, at least by part number.
Yeah.
I'm going to inspect them closer after I'm done with them, and I'm gonna be very ginger. Like I got a tire under there and everything. But 420 times the money, 420 times the time. Yeah, that might be more
I think
accurate.
It's 420 times the money, 69 times the time.
No, it's definitely more time than money. The time you always is way more. Cause like fucking
Yeah.
all right, so let's go to talk to the Jetta. I'll just lead off with what I've succeeded today. In total, I removed I think 4 nuts and removed a parking brake cable, and that was it.
Hey man,
And that took me hours.
happened.
And that took me hours. So I got I'm doing the brakes, and there's a lot of stuff that's crusty, but like one side's way crustier than the other because at some point somebody like did the brakes or like tried to do the brakes, but like fucked up one side and just gave up and just like closed it back up with nothing in it. So the driver's side, I've showed that picture before. But maybe I can actually get that up here. I don't know how to do that too easily. But so the driver's side basically has, oh, here, I can do this. The driver's side has not had nothing in it. Like, I popped off the drum and there's just like, oh, there's nothing here. And so like I don't know, I think it like made it more corroded and bullshitty and stuff like that. I don't know if I can confirm that.
Yeah, I don't know. It could also just be like it was sitting in a swamp, and that's the side that was in the swamp.
Dude, check out the shop flops, baby. Everyone's jealous of the shop flops.
Yeah, mate.
But this is so the thing that is making my life impossible is the brake cylinder, because they're bolts that go through, and the back end is like a 10 mil, and you're a fucking idiot if you have like a 10 mil hex head. Like, that thing's gonna rust together and break, or the head's gonna snap off, or it's gonna round over, or whatever. It's so stupid to do it. You should have Allen or Torx. The other side had Torx and was cake, and this one I can't get off. I just can't get it off. I don't know what to do.
Have you tried to heat and hammer?
Heat and hammer. I started doing heat in some like bashing and stuff, and wasn't really getting anywhere, and I was so frustrated that I just stopped today. I'm probably gonna go back at it with some heat and stuff like that though.
Yeah, did you hose them down with PB
Oh,
Buster before you
dude,
left?
I've
Like,
soaked them.
Like when you were like, "Oh, I'm tired of this," did you hose them down one more time?
I did it. I've hosed them down the last several times I've gone to work on it.
Oh, okay, shit. Well,
Yeah, they're pretty well dickered on.
Fuck,
It's
yeah.
2 bolts. 2 bolts.
Get a grinder, dude. Get a wrench set.
And honestly, yeah, I might end up doing that. I might just end up getting an angle grinder back there and just grinding the head off. I think I could probably do that without doing too much damage. Or, I don't know, what about those like rotary... I've never used those things. Those
Dude,
oscillating
actually,
rotary things.
I don't know about those, but I was gonna say I picked up like the Harbor Freight Dremel tool when I was doing this swap, because I needed to like cut a little bit of a hole out of my transmission tunnel, and it is like, I've been using it for everything, dude. It's so nice for making like little cuts in tight places.
You know what, that's a good idea.
And I've had to modify like some little shit, and like you're gonna mow through cutting wheels. Like the cutting wheels.
Yeah, the ones
so
the ones that they give you in the like Harbor Freight package are garbage.
Yeah.
Bernie, the Home Depot
the
stand
ones-
over here.
The ones you get from Dremel are not that great either. Like I had some good ones that I still went through really fast. But either way, like
You gotta like
they
double
still
or
made a
triple them
world
up.
of difference. Yeah, and it's like for cuts where you just like can't get, like where a 4.5-inch angle grinder is just too big, dude. They're insanely good.
Yeah. You know what? All right, that I'll have to maybe tomorrow morning or whenever I go work on the Jetta next, I'll have to bring my Dremel. I'll try that. That sounds smart. That's a good idea. I'll do that, and cuz I'm not even sure what's going on with them. Like, I almost think that someone tried to cut like a slot in the back of the nuts and like couldn't get them off, and then that's why they gave up. Like that would kind of make sense, you know? But I'll fucking get it. You know, I'm not going to give the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a roadblock.
I
but,
could
you know,
get a
it's
new
challenge.
backing plate.
I mean, fuck it, dude. If you have to, it's probably like a $30 part.
And then the worst case scenario, which like I guess isn't that bad, but like my wallet would be a little bit sad. Not that it would honestly be that expensive or difficult to find. I could just do a rear disc conversion, because drums are stupid. But
Yeah, you should do that anyway.
it's not gonna be a performance-y car. I mean, I guess if I like really enjoy driving it and going hard on it and stuff like that, like yeah, I'll start sourcing the swap and I'll do it. But
Like, dude,
I just wanted to get what I could working.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's fair. But man, I guarantee you, once you take that thing out on some back roads and take it to an autocross or two, you're gonna be sold. Did you get your JOMs in yet?
Nah, I'm gonna wait until I got plates. The day I have
you didn't-
plates, I'm gonna order
You
them.
didn't even order them? Damn, I thought you already ordered them.
Nah, I'm gonna wait just because I got so many more priorities with money right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait until I have plates, because that way, like, I know, like, air quotes, build is done.
Yeah.
No such thing as a build being complete. But yeah, that's where the Jet is at. What else did I do? I'm waiting on that fucking coolant pipe from Latvia still. It hasn't even left the country.
Damn.
I ordered it April 18th, and it's May
Dude,
22nd.
honestly, if I were you, I would continue to keep my eyes out for one, at least in the country.
I might, at this point, I think I'm
Like,
gonna
keep
post on
searching
like a
for it.
local page or something.
Yeah, dude, because somebody probably has one, and instead of like, because I mean, shit, dude, it may be 3 months before you see that part, and you can just keep fucking waiting, or you can just,
Try.
hold the L and actually have it.
I was hoping. So I also yesterday I bought a engine and transmission. It's a 1.8 valve with a 020 5-speed. So just it was from an 86 Cabrio, and the guy only wanted $100. So I'm like, okay, deal. Like, even if
Did it come with a coolant pipe?
So I checked that, and it has a coolant pipe, and it's a different coolant pipe from the one that's in the Jetta, but it's also will not work. It does not have enough ports on the end. So there's one end of it.
Damn, bro.
Right?
Dude, see, this is why you gotta get a Nissan, dude, because like almost everything for my fucking swap that I've been like, oh fuck, I'm like missing, this.
I think
And I've just gone over to my other engine and pulled it off.
I
like,
think
all that shit's the same.
I think the Jetta is like weird in this regard, because like every Volkswagen guy that I know that I've talked to, they were all like Rabbit Golf guys, not really super into Jettas. But I don't think that I think they were weirdly different for some fucking reason. I have no fucking clue. It makes no sense. Everyone I've talked to is like, I don't know why that's an issue. I'm just waiting on a fucking pipe. It's so annoying. But yeah, I think I'm gonna post around and try to find one, because otherwise I'm waiting on fucking Latvia, and that's never gonna get here.
Yeah, I mean, probably not.
No, not at all.
But somebody out there has that piece for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully I can find one. That'd be sweet, because I need to do. So let me just like run down the benign checklist, and then you can do your project too. And the benign checklist means the don't go in depth, because obviously everything is way more fucking work than I'm saying it is. But I have to finish the brakes. I have to put that coolant pipe in. And then I have to do a little bit of wiring for the headlights and brake lights. And then it should be able to be like registered.
Hell yeah, dude, you're almost there.
And that's like super benign. No, I have to make sure the brakes and the fuel system, because there were some leaks with the fuel pump and how it's mounted and whatever. I got to make sure that's good too before like driving it and stuff. But yeah, those are like the three big things that are keeping me from like registering and driving and shit.
That's not bad.
Yeah, they're way worse in actuality, but
Yeah, but I mean, dude, I know the feeling. You gotta maintain that positivity. You gotta be like, oh shit, dude, this is all I got left is these 3 things.
Yeah.
Really. And that's like what you tell your friends and family too, so that they like stop dogging on you. Like, oh,
When you gonna get that Volkswagen on the street, you idiot?
you're like, oh shit, I only got a coolant pipe and rear brakes and some little bit of wiring for the headlights left to go, man. It's pretty practically there.
Yeah, just ignore the like horde of parts that I still have not installed because I'm like trying to finish other shit. Corn's too quiet. I think that's him not holding it close enough to his face.
Dude, I'm holding it pretty close.
I've cranked him. He is as loud as he is getting. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what to
Oh wait,
say.
I'm sorry. He was at 189%. Now he's at 200%. Absolutely pinned.
Is this loud for you?
Oh my god, that was peaking like crazy. All right, I think
PC Racing Coilovers.
please sponsor us, BC Racing.
I think we're just required to like peek out saying podcast.
Like if we just start saying like this is sponsored by NordVPN, do they just start paying us money?
I don't know.
Do we want their blood money?
I'll take anybody's. But all right. Is it time for us to start a Patreon?
No, not at all.
I mean, we're
Nah.
9
Nah.
episodes into this. We have 6 people watching right now.
6 entire
Yeah,
people?
I mean, here's the thing. At pretty much any point, we have 6 people watching.
That's
our
crazy that you have
podcast.
4 moms.
I know. And I'm one of those 6 people because I am actively watching the stream. To see
Yeah, it's my mom, your 4 moms, and you. Those are the 6
Yeah.
people.
Are you not watching the stream?
Well, I'm doing it. I like have the streamer panel open or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it's fucking called. Jake Stambaugh. Hi, mom. No, Jake Stambaugh is one of your moms, right? That's
Yeah, Jake Stamper, you are my mom.
yeah, that's one of your moms. But
And Bernie is also my mom.
yeah. Fresh Oil is my mom. She
Oh.
runs the
She
chat.
runs the account for
Yeah.
us. This is a little behind the scenes.
Yes, honey. All right. I think
Let's talk about some
I think we've done our projects enough in our life enough right now. Let's hop into some topics. And one which has been on the screen for a while. Oh shit, dinner's ready. Fuck. But one that has been on the screen for a while is that the new Civic Type R, the 2021 or I don't know what, probably would be 2022. I think the new generation is supposed to come out in 2021, so this would 2022 Civics, whatever.
Let me ask you a question.
I mean,
Based on this spy shot that I'm looking at right now,
yeah, I'm scrolling down through it.
have we verified for sure that this is not a BMW?
Well, I think the front end looks like a fucking Charger. Like, look at this. This is a mini Charger with a wing. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I mean, what that really is uggo as fuck.
Well, all right. So this is a spy shot.
I genuinely hope that little piece going over the grill is just there to cover up an emblem, because if they have a little thing going down the grill, that is hella.
I mean, it does look like it, and you can see tape everywhere and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
they're trying to not show you stuff. So obviously, the finished product will not look like this. Okay. I mean, it's pretty cool. I think the wing looks a little better, a little lower. It's still ridiculous though. But I think like that's what people like.
Type R needs a ridiculous.
Look at this fucking like mock-up tailpipe. That's just nothing. They have like a V-band on the end. It looks like for a Laguna Seca pipe or something.
Bro, what they really need is to V-band some Tachieri pipes on that.
Dude,
to help
wouldn't that be
through the
fucking sick?
Way, be like distracting.
So how do you feel about another Civic Type R? I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. Dude, look at trailer hitch.
Yo, I fuck with a Civic Type R no matter what generation it is. Like Civic Type Rs are insane performance cars at this point in time.
Yeah, they really are. I as a Volkswagen butthurt, I have to like hate on Civics, but like The Civic Type
Yeah,
R
but
is so good.
Civic Type R is gonna fucking smoke your GTI.
Oh
like,
my
there's no
god.
way
I've
around
driven a Civic Type R and it's a
Oh,
fucking
really?
missile. The thing's a fucking
Dude.
rocket ship.
Yeah, they're fucking dope. Like, I've never been in one, but they're fucking dope, dude. Like,
So-
fuck with the Civic Type R, and this one's gonna be even faster.
Oh yeah, totally.
21-inch wheels or some shit, but you know.
So something to note
the way the world is.
Something to note about the Civic Type R, while you're driving it, you can't see the wing. Like, it's perfectly positioned where you can't really see it through the rear view mirror. So, like, thankfully, you don't have to look at that ugly piece of shit. It's a little laggy,
It's like,
but it fucking
okay,
goes. It's a fast car. It's fucking
You
fast.
remember when the first STIs came out in America and they had that giant, like, ridiculous wing on them?
Yeah. People
Like,
love
but
those.
Yeah, dude, because it's like, it's fucking iconic, dude. If it's like your Halo sports car, you gotta have a stupid wing, bro. It's just, doesn't like the Camaro ZL1 have like a stupid fucking wing on it? Like, you gotta have a wing.
I totally get why people like it. I'm not,
I'm not even
I'm
necessarily
just-
saying I like it.
I'm just,
But-
more reserved and into, finer crafted European pieces of art.
Yo, fuck you, dude. The fucking
The Porsche, how about the
M4 GTS
Porsche
has this
fucking whale tail wing?
Yeah, dude, like, you gotta have an obnoxious wing for your Halo car. It's the rules. I didn't write them.
Yeah. Volkswagen usually doesn't have obnoxious wings though, so
Yeah, but Volkswagen doesn't have fast cars either. So,
dude,
like,
Golf R would smoke anything that you could bring. Hundo percent.
Yeah, okay, so they have one hatchback that's fast. That's why they don't have big wings, dude. Big wings you gotta have a flat surface to put them.
Dude, you can put a wing on a hatchback. That Civic's apparently a hatchback.
Well, yeah, but it's like
Lift back, dumb idiot.
it's like,
Oh,
like a hatchback. in
Look
the
at
same way
guys,
that
it's a
S12
hatchback.
I mean, it does. It is a hatchback because it's got a hatch in the back.
I
That's correct.
so
It's not trunk.
I will not complain about the technical abilities of this past generation Civic and this newer one that's coming up, because they have really good powertrains to choose from and stuff like that, and they just seem really awesome. But I fucking hate the hatchback that they designed for this fucking generation so much.
Bro, it is a little Prius-y from the back.
Ugh, I hate the hatch. Like, but every company's doing that. I mean, like BMW and Audi and whatever, they sell.
Yeah, but the Audi S7 looks fucking good though, dude.
No, but I'm not talking about the S7. I'm talking about like the X4, that like the coupe version of the crossovers and shit.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit's fucking. Ugh.
And it's like,
Dude, I mean, we always get into it on this podcast, dude. I fucking hate new car styling. It does nothing for me. It all looks like shit.
so I don't know, like I kind of it does make me feel a little lame because like I'm kind of poo-pooing big wing here. Like I do dig a big wing, like but I don't know. That's kind of why I dig Volkswagen, is because it is like reserved in a way, and it's just like, all right, we're just not going to be ridiculous, and it's going to like probably always look all right. It doesn't like age disgustingly and shit like that.
Yeah, I think.
And they have like real hatchbacks. They have like
You
real.
just didn't play enough Need for Speed Underground as a kid.
Nah, I should play some more Need for Speed Underground.
I will say though, dude, if Honda had raised that hatch all the way to where like the wing is,
And made it like a
that would
wagon,
be a wagon, dude.
right? That
be
would
a
fuck.
wagon.
That would fuck.
That would be so sick.
Or if they made it like almost like a clown chute. I don't know. It would almost be like a 4-door shooting brake at that point.
I mean, well, they'd have to put a third window in. But I wonder if they do that for like aerodynamic reasons, to like suck air through the wing more or something. If that, like, I don't know.
So like
but
hatchbacks aren't like, you know, great aerodynamically at super high speeds, obviously. So that is, you know, a reason to have that more coupe-ish look. Um, and design in general for cars, when you're looking for, you know, year after year, these incremental MPG gains and efficiency, and, you know, obviously there's that huge crawl for that, and then there's going to be the push for EV where aero drag is huge. So I think that's a part of the design, and I really think another one is that people are just bored of cars and want, like, they want something that they think is cool. Not necessarily that it is cool, but like, ooh, that has a cool swoopy roofline. It must be awesome. But it's a crossover with way less rear room for no fucking reason. You know? Like,
yeah,
to me,
but it looks like a spaceship kind of.
like, is it lame to be like, I just want like a hatchback where the rear hatch is upright and normal, which thankfully Volkswagen has kept?
No, no, definitely not. Like I think that's a great car design.
Like the Civic
Like, I'm
is
just
a.
black, dude. That's sick.
I wouldn't be surprised, and honestly, I would bet money that the Civic hatch can hold more stuff, just because it's a bigger car. But I sort of like, I don't know, I like using as much of a footprint as possible, and that's why I like hatches and wagons so much. But everything's getting swoopier and swoopier. I think the Honda looks good. I don't think it looks bad. I think
I think it's I still think it's kind of uggo. It's grown on me a little bit since we started talking.
a lot of this is going to be different. So, like, really just look at the general body lines. I would assume that this entire front bumper and intake and nostrils and shit here, almost all of that will be different. The hood probably too. But, like, the general body lines and stuff, I'm going to stand by. I think it looks like a fucking, like, Dodge Charger, honestly. Especially with this right here. Let me get a picture of a Dodge Charger up.
Yeah, dude. From the 3/4 shot, it really does look like a Charger.
Let's see if we can get the, like, side by side comparison. No, maybe it doesn't look as much like a Charger as I'm thinking. Maybe it looks more like an older Charger.
It looks like, yeah, like an older Charger.
A little bit.
Like when they like the first one.
Yeah, it's because they had a few different grills, but
Because it's got that grill that like sticks out a little bit.
yeah, I think that's kind of closer to it.
It looks like the cop Charger.
I mean, come on, like that's pretty close. The wing's different. The rear does change a little differently, but same car.
Yeah, but
Same
I
car.
mean, the front looks like the cop.
All right, so I like the 14 plus Chargers.
don't like
we're
it.
not talking about Mopar right now. My
Hey man, it's Mopar and no car.
Mopar means no car because it's gonna be in the shop, bud. Current Civic Hatch looks bad. Yeah, I just don't like the Civic Hatch that much. But that's the Civic Type R. It's probably gonna fuck. But yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be faster than any of our cars.
Oh, way faster. Way faster. So speaking of cars that aren't faster than our cars, a Precious collection was recently destroyed, and that is a Precious Pontiac Fiero collection after a dam in Michigan
Oh.
collapsed.
I saw something about this.
I think it was 12 cars, something like that. Oh, let's see. I don't remember, but it was like, a lot of this stuff was like super rare. One was painted a rare shade of blue that happened to be just one of 4,400 out of roughly 300,000 Fieros ever made. There were also 4 kit cars,
Alright.
including one for a Lamborghini Countach and another for a Lamborghini Diablo.
All right, can I give you a hot take on this situation?
What is it?
So aside from this dam collapsing being a story about how this country's infrastructure on the brink of collapse, the threat to our national security. We won't talk about that. What we will talk about is, I believe this was an act of God to destroy a collection of terrible cars. I think this is a fate that really all Fieros deserved. And
But like you say that as somebody who loves a terrible car.
yeah, but Fieros are fucking awful.
I bet you it'd smoke your car, bud.
No, it won't. My best friend in high school had a Fiero.
Did he have a V6 Fiero? Didn't think so. Iron Duke's pretty slow.
No. And you know, I'm sure there was some Iron Duke Fieros in there that deserved to drown, but you know what? V6 Fieros do too.
I saw I was reading about that story, and somebody in the comments were like, you know, they're talking about how sad it was, and they said if they ever had fuck you money, that they would buy like a Fiero 458 and get somebody to build a fiberglass Fiero body kit for it, like just a gigantic Fiero, and just fucking drive around in your Ferrari that is a Fiero. That would be hella fucking flex.
That would be acceptable, but just like, I mean, I despise Fieros, truthfully, and
I have a weird soft spot for
feel
them.
nothing at their death.
But you like MR2s, right?
Yes, MR2s are great.
Oh, okay.
But Fieros don't handle like MR2s at all. Fieros handle kind of like trucks.
All right, so we're going to jump to the next topic then, because you apparently have no soul. See, look, it's even right here in the next topic. It's telling me to look at it. Right here in top left. But something that I guess has happened for the first time ever is that Americans, a majority of Americans are buying four-wheel or all-wheel drive vehicles over two-wheel drive vehicles. So
I find that unsurprising.
I do too. But it's really interesting how over the last few years that you know, and at least this is what I've noticed in my part of America. It might be different where you live, but you know, more and more people are
God bless.
Jesus, that came out of nowhere. All right, sorry for that. But oof. Whew. That one like took a few years off of me, I think.
You got the Ronies?
I hope not. I don't think you sneeze with the macaronis. But
I don't know.
more and more people are buying, you know, pickup trucks, crossovers, more and more things with all-wheel drive, and it's, you know, it's not because they need it, but because they want it, and like a just in case. And like, you know, I can get that. But I also know there's a huge portion of Americans who live where all-wheel drive is completely pointless. Like, entirely pointless. You know? Like, like, no one in Florida should ever buy anything with four-wheel drive. You don't need it.
Unless they're going mud.
Unless you're going, unless you're going, like, off-roading. But, like, you know, it's flat, and, you know, that's it. It's flat.
Yeah,
it doesn't snow.
Florida, and people think that four-wheel drive just gives you grip. And I mean, it does in some aspects, but
people
like,
think that in
really drive in the rain, you know.
Yeah, I mean, people think the same thing about them in the snow.
Yeah, I mean, people really don't understand what four-wheel drive actually does.
But like, let's think about it though. I don't know if this is as much of consumers are realizing they want all-wheel drive more, and it's more that when you have like a crossover SUV truck, and that's what more and more people are buying, they almost always have an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive option. And it's like,
yeah,
you know, everyone's fucking throwing everything on credit anyway. Like, what do they fucking care about, you know, $3-4 grand, you know, on 7 years? They don't give a shit. So I'm wondering how much of that is people just want all-wheel drive more, and how much of that is, people just like that security that much more, and they're financially way more able to just go ahead and fucking spend the money on that option or whatever. I mean, companies are removing the like front wheel drive, two-wheel drive options of vehicles, and I don't really blame them.
Yeah, I mean, if it's what's selling, like, I don't know. I really, like, new car market stuff is not my area of expertise. So I don't really have a ton of valuable insights on this. I think that, yeah, I mean, definitely what you're saying is just like, crossovers, pickups, and SUVs. That's like
Big
the
deal.
majority
Yeah.
of the market now. And like, with the exception of the like little crossovers that are mostly front wheel drive, then like, yeah, everything's all wheel drive.
I think
And
even
a lot of
those
the little ones are available in all wheel drive.
I think the
so-
little ones, they're starting to drop front wheel drive. Like, they're just getting rid of the option entirely. They're just moving it to the base is all wheel drive. It costs, a little bit more, but then they don't have to even manufacture a front wheel drive version.
Yeah, and I think that's the better move, because certainly if they're selling enough of the all-wheel drive ones that they want to keep them, I don't think anyone's ever not said, "Oh, I would buy this if there was a two-wheel drive," other than like nerds talking about like, "Oh, I want a Subaru if it was rear-wheel drive," but like no one that's buying a
car
fucking HRE or whatever that new fucking little Honda crossover is. No one's gonna go to that and be like, "Oh, I would buy it, but it's only all-wheel drive, and I wanted a front-wheel drive."
Yeah,
like that's
no one's saying that.
not like a thing. So that makes sense, I guess.
So something that I kind of find interesting, because a lot of these I'm assuming are, well, I'm pretty certain a lot of these are like, Haldex style front wheel drive based all wheel drive, where it never gets more than 50-50. It pretty much always stays in front wheel drive just for economy's sake. And, that makes sense. If you don't need the grip, why add it? And I totally get that. And you hear a lot of people shit on it. They call it fake all-wheel drive. We've talked about this before. I think people are just fucking ridiculous on their expectations for road vehicles, like that just drive to the grocery store and work and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Everything doesn't need to be a fucking rocket ship.
So car enthusiasts.
Yeah.
That might be listening to this. If you think that every vehicle being sold needs to be a race car, then consider reevaluating your opinions. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, never in history has everything been a race car, nor ever will it be. Nor, like, I don't know. Like, it seems like a dumb expectation and a dumb want. Like,
So there was a
it would be cool if everything was a race car, but also keep in mind that your average Toyota Yaris is probably faster than that shitty 90s Civic that you keep working on.
right. Oh shit, where was I going with that? So there was like a post that I saw on Reddit the other day, and it was somebody, and they were asking like, can you tell the difference when you're driving a front wheel drive car and a rear wheel drive car? And the answer is obviously yes. At some point you can tell the difference. Sitting in there and just, hitting the gas pedal and going forward and slowly turning around corners and driving the speed limit, no one will ever fucking know. Like, you're so within the realm of grip, and there's no body roll. Like, every car is so stiff nowadays and shit like that. Like, no normal person will ever tell the difference. And it's the same reason that no normal person is going to tell that a front-wheel drive car understeers. Because when the fuck are they going to understeer in the entire ownership of their vehicle? Never. I mean, maybe if it snows and they don't know how to drive in the snow.
Yeah, they're skidding on like a ring road or something.
Well, like, say it's just somebody who lives in, Texas or somewhere it rarely snows, or maybe Arizona, somewhere it rarely snows, rarely rains, like nothing, When are they going to understeer? Ever. in the existence of that vehicle driving to work in the grocery store. It never will. And those are the people who buy probably 95% of cars. So that's why stuff goes these ways. I don't know, but at the same time though,
like we get caught in the conversation loop. Like I feel like we always have the same conversation about like
oh, we do.
normal people driving the speed limit, buying crossovers, like every
But that's every car podcast, right?
I don't know, dude. I don't listen to car podcasts.
Oh man. Well, don't you worry about it, sir, because it doesn't matter. Because we can talk about whatever we want. This is our domain, our place to be. But at the same time, though, so I will before you make a point, I will say though, if you were in the market for a truck or an SUV or a crossover, would you really choose the two-wheel drive version?
No.
I don't think I would either. So
No.
why would I want less? I guess, and then I think that's probably what everyone thinks, is why would I want less? Even if it does nothing for me, like why would I want less?
And you know, two-wheel drive plebs bow down to your overlord all-wheel drive.
Dude, if you have to get out of your Ford to lock the hubs, everyone thinks you're cool. Every single person.
Fact.
All right, so the next thing that I got, I think we're done with this. Normies drive crossovers and like all-wheel drive. All right, there. Did we get that perfectly done?
I think we covered it.
All right. So this is something I've known about before, and I just thought it would be cool to show people. And I'm just gonna play the video, cause like fuck it, you know, who gives a shit. But this is Kart Cross, which is like these tiny little go-kart rally car things, and they're fucking insane.
Dude, that is sick.
Dude,
what kind of engines do these have?
It's a 16,000 RPM, 600 cc, so it's probably like a bike engine.
Dude, yo, I want one of these.
It says
quite badly.
It says 1600 RPM or 16,000 RPM, 600 cc,
Yo,
300 kilograms.
Can you give us a little soundbite?
Yeah, you want me to turn it up?
Yeah, I wanna
It fucking screams.
Oh, there it is. Yo. Dude, that is so fucking sick. Dude, where is this happening?
It's like
what
Europe,
country is
right?
this? It's Europe. Yeah, I mean it's for sure Europe. but, like,
Aster Racing.
idea? Is this like some Eastern European shit?
This looks. Is
like some
Aster
sort of
Racing?
shit?
Is it Spanish?
I don't know. Kind of sounds like masturbating.
Oh no. Oh no. About. Ah, it won't let me. Well, we could find it out, but these things are really fucking rad, though.
Yeah, if anybody knows about this bike engine rally kart racing, if it's maybe from the country you're from.
All right, here we go. I found an article.
DM
article.
us with some insight. Oh,
Here we go. This is it.
or
This is it.
don't, because we found an article.
The cross cart was born in Sweden in the 1980s as something fun, cheap, safe, and easy to drive. They're built like sprint cars, and classes are based on displacement. They come in 125, 250, and more than 600 cc, mostly using bike engines. So it looks like Honda CBR 600, like 600 cc bike engines that just scream to 16,000 RPMs.
How much for like a frame? Like I want to build one of these, dude.
It's fun. Oh my god. What is this? Here's a tubular frame. Oh my. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds?
Jesus price.
I don't even think it'll like tell you how much it costs. I think I'm too broke to even know.
Yeah, I think if you have to ask, you can't afford it. That looks like quite the piece of
Yeah.
kit.
Oh.
But the article said they were invented to be okay.
Look.
That pops up for Porsche.
Yeah, you gotta request info.
I think this is a different price bracket than we reside in, which is unfortunate because the article did say they were designed to be cheap and easy to drive, but maybe they meant cheap for racing terms.
So I'm guessing, so it's fully FIA legal and everything. It has a Honda CBR engine. It has a 6-speed sequential. So it does have a lot of fucking shit going on that's really racy and expensive. So I would probably guess that it's
not really. So like if you get a CBR 600 engine, it's gonna come with the 6-speed sequential transmission. That's like the factory transmission.
I click buy. It doesn't tell you money. It don't tell you no money.
It says what is it? You wish, broke boy.
Yeah, it's just like you're broke. No. Cross cart for sale.
Yeah, let's check eBay, dude. Like I'm really jonesing. Like I bet you can find a good deal on a used one with no engine.
Oh, here we go. Rallycross cars for sale. Okay, contact owner doesn't help.
Fuck, dude. This is a Colt. You can't buy one unless you're in their Colt.
Ronex. How do I buy it? How much is it? This isn't even in English. I didn't even realize.
It's all about the driver.
Crosscart USA.
There we go.
Alibaba, that's it.
Oh, dude, Alibaba Crosscart.
Crosscartsusa.com. This is a cool website.
I'm
He's got Brembos, Olin's. Weighs 705 pounds.
Okay, hold on. Before we find the price.
Nothing tells you prices.
All right,
There's no pricing.
What's your guess?
My guess would be that like a entry level one, not like a top of the line one. And I guess we should say for America, because I would guess like in Sweden you can find them cake. I'd probably guess somewhere in the $20,000 to $30,000 range. I think lower end of that range, but I think maybe like $22,000 or something.
All right, so I have just Googled the cost of a 600cc cross cart by saying cross cart price.
All right.
And it says around $35,000.
35,000. Well, you said that was a 750.
600.
600. So they do make them in lower CC variants. So, I guess you could probably say like, oh, that's cheaper.
And then I've now found an article from The Drive that says this one is $2,200 and looks like an air.
Dude, Renly, that's not it. All right. So you gotta have cash. If you
yeah, I guess big dick ballers only at the cross cart meet.
So I hope you guys thought that these were as cool as we thought they were, because that's all you'll get of them is thinking. So we're at about an hour now, which we weren't actually sure how long we would get going, just because obviously, life and news and blah blah blah. But let's get to the last planned topic.
We can take some topics.
No, I'm not saying we're done yet. I'm just saying, we're at the last topic now, and one that I think some people here might be upset about, or I don't know if they give a shit. But Nissan is potentially chopping the GTR and 370Z in Europe, which all right, like they're ancient, so like how much is that really going to save them money? But, you know, it really kind of makes you wonder like what state Nissan is in right now with COVID-19 and shit like that. Like, phew.
Well, I mean, this goes back to what I was saying a couple episodes ago when we were talking about the renders of the 400Z or whatever, and I was like, you know, there's no way that Nissan's going to be able to make this because they have no money.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
this is just going to prove that point. Like, you thought you were going to get a 400Z, and they're cutting, you know, the only two cars that are really worth anything from them, and they're pulling them to cut costs, and it's still probably not going to be enough to save them. Like, yeah, like I said, I love Nissan, but I don't have high hopes for them surviving, really.
so I remember this was before, you know, Corona and everything, but it was like that they basically spend like 99% of what they make. Like they just don't make money. And you know, one thing they had here is they're shutting down the Datsun brand is dead again. If for those who didn't know it existed, it was like a budget brand in Japan, kinda.
I think it was a budget brand for like India and
Oh, that's what it was. Something weird. But you know, I don't think that this is a crazy thing to see. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they also say that they're done selling these in America soon. They probably should have 5 years ago.
I'm amazed that they haven't cut them yet.
They should have 5 years ago. But
maybe not the GTR. It is good to have a Halo car.
R.I.P. Nissan? Like,
Yeah, I've been saying it, and this is making me say it even harder. Like, Nissan's in trouble, guys.
I mean, I think more than just Nissan, but big F for Overseas Z. 470Z is fake news. 370Z best reliable used car, bang for buck in the game right now. Yeah, but like, you can buy a Honda Fit.
Honda Fit is good. Honda Fit's pretty bang for the buck car. BRZs are pretty good bang for the buck.
Those are cheap now. BRZs are cheap now.
BRZs are getting there. They're not super around under 10 grand, but I don't think 370Zs are either.
370Zs I see at like 8 maybe. Like, I mean, in like a daily shape.
BRZ, dude.
I think 370Z is currently the only rear-wheel drive manual two-seater that you can buy. Period.
Camaros.
Camaro has back seats.
Oh, you're right. Does
Mustang has back seats.
Oh shit.
It is the only front engine rear-wheel drive manual two-seater left.
BRZ.
The Miata is a convertible. So maybe who I read they were saying
BRZ,
sports car.
The FRS/BRZ.
I don't know what they were. I don't know what they were.
Cayman's a two-seater.
I don't know what they were calling it. Like, it was some fucking dumb set of asterisks.
Yeah, they're reaching super hard to make it some meaningful thing, but I just listed off a bunch of hard top rear-wheel drive front engine cars that are on the market.
I think Cayman has back seats though.
I don't think so.
Or is it a two-seater?
Boxster and the Cayman, I'm pretty sure, are two-seaters. Because
Could
they're
be right.
mid-engine, dude. There's an engine there.
Well, BRZ has back seats.
Oh shit, it does. But
So the Miata is like, the Miata is the only front engine rear wheel drive
I'm
one.
pretty sure the Cayman's mid-engine.
So it's the Miata and the 370Z. Those are your choices. So if you want a hardtop, 370Z. That's your choice.
BMW M4. And
M4 has rear seats. 235 has rear seats. Two-seater.
Damn, they're really. Damn,
It's two.
Dude. Damn.
Okay, so that's what it was. Is that it was that and the Miata were the only two-seater rear-wheel drive manual cars left. Because everything else has rear seats.
2 + 2 is better anyway.
Or is it Cayman? I prefer 2+2 myself. But I think that's interesting that like something that is like a purely dedicated sports car design, that there's 2 left. Granted, one of them is like
A billion years old.
well, one of them is a billion years old, and the other is a Miata, like which is kind of a definition of a sports car. The whole like Jinba Itai design philosophy.
Yeah, and well, so if you want to get technical, then also the Fiat 124. And
They
I
don't
would
sell
say,
those
like,
anymore, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think they sell those anymore.
Oh. And I would say, like, by any measure, the BRZ and the FRS are sports cars. Like, even if they have rear seats, like
They also don't really have rear seats.
Yeah, like they're a formality, but they're sports cars. I listed off a bunch of sports cars that yeah, they have rear seats,
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it has rear seats. I mean, Porsche 911s have rear seats.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that guy's like reaching for shit to make into things that I don't know. Sports cars still.
But I guess we do have to say though, big F for Nissan. Maybe Papa Renault will buy you or something. Although they're trying to fuck Peugeot or something, or
yeah, I think Renault's trying to offload Nissan.
yeah, I don't know whatever it is. F, and good luck, because you're gonna need it, Nissan. You're gonna need it. I mean, I could see a scenario where I don't think Toyota would buy Nissan ever. I could see them buying like Subaru, because they do a lot of stuff with Subaru right now. And Subaru is actually a way smaller company than people know it is.
Yeah, it is for sure. I think, wasn't Nissan trying to like sell themselves to Toyota, or wasn't that like a rumor that was going around not that long ago?
I don't know. That might have been the Carlos Ghosn crazy era. So like, who fucking knows what's real?
Dude, that was like 6 months ago.
Was it? It was post Ghosn. Then I'm not sure.
No, I mean the Ghosn shit was like 6 months.
So that's what I think it was Ghosn baloney. So like, who actually knows what happened? Like, oh, they talked about it. Like, was the talk like, yeah, no, and that was the entire talk? Like Toyota just going fuck off.
I have no idea. Probably though. Probably.
It was kind of like when Sergio Marchionne was alive, and still leading FCA, and he like basically like said something like, oh yeah, Volkswagen totally wants to buy us, or totally wants to be part of us, and then Volkswagen was just like, no we don't. What are you talking about? So who knows? Maybe that was a Ghosn thing as well with Nissan and Toyota, but good luck Toyota. Good luck Nissan, not Toyota. Toyota's probably fine. But like, everyone's gonna hurt.
Toyota's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I saw, speaking of Toyota, I couldn't actually find the article, but it was something, and I think it was like a somewhat misleading, not somewhat, but probably a very misleading number, but it was basically that like, because of Kaizen and how efficient Toyota is and how they've they've perfected manufacturing, basically. Well, actually, Kaizen is that it's never perfect and you always make it better. So, like, that's how you perfect it. But they said that, like, Ford had to sell, like, 20 cars to equal, like, the value that Toyota gets out of selling one because of Kaizen.
That's pretty dope for Toyota.
So, like, if you guys don't really know the story of that and what Kaizen is...
yeah, I'm not super familiar.
So, Kaizen, if I'm not mistaken, it almost directly translates to like continuous improvement. So it's a manufacturing method, and it's used in a lot of other industries. So you might hear it as an office worker or something like that. My company actually, air quotes, uses Kaizen. They don't. They're fucking garbage at it, but
Ooh, backing your employer on the podcast.
But yeah, so it's continuous improvement. So like in a manufacturing setting, like stuff is, always improved. You're always checking your quality. You're always looking for ways to make things better, more efficient, cheaper. So something that I've heard that Toyota does, and I don't know if this is a standard nowadays or not, but it was that when companies were like building like the doors and putting those onto the cars, they would give all of this adjustment room so that they could like fit the body panels and the body lines, right? And if anyone has adjusted old car body panels and stuff like that, and like you got slop to make it right.
Yeah.
And Toyota's like, well, why are we spending time lining up body panels when we can just make the bolts be in the right position? You just bolt the door on and it's in the right place. You just make it well enough. And that's what they do. And it saves money and it makes stuff better. Like, that's why Toyotas are really good. They basically, if you look in the history of it, if anyone's curious, they pretty much legitimately wrote the history of Kaizen. It was actually like an American guy who like came up with all the ideas and stuff. But none of the American companies like gave a shit, and so he went to Toyota, and now Toyota is Toyota. So
Damn, I've actually not really heard that story before. That's pretty cool. I will look into that history more.
yeah, like you remember, obviously you've seen King of the Hill, the masterpiece. Everyone should watch it. In fact, after this, go watch King of the Hill. That's in order, people. But the episode where he goes to Japan to meets his Japanese half brother, who works in like a robot factory or something like that, and they're just like talking. He's like super obsessed about how efficient it is, and like Hank, like they connect because he's like, oh, like propane, it's so efficient, and it's like that's like what it is though in Japan, and a lot of their manufacturing and stuff like that it's a lot like Toyota, and it's super fucking efficient. You get the most out of the work that you currently do. It's not work harder, it's work smarter with the seconds that you have. Because, I mean, every manufacturer is running 24/7. They're running 3 shifts 24/7. You don't get more time. Like, you don't. You have to be more efficient. And that's like a thing that I've never really understood, why so many companies are averse to like efficiency and green and renewables and stuff like that, because it just seems to me like that's a great way to save a bunch of money, and saving a bunch of money is a fantastic way to make a lot of money. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm definitely overthinking it or underthinking it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know enough about business to really get into it. Plus, this is not exactly a business podcast.
Well,
so
who gives a shit, you know?
That's true.
So I'm out of topics. I don't know.
Me.
I don't know if you're out of topics.
If any,
I don't know if our lovely guests are out of topics.
If any of the 4 people watching want to hit us with some topics, if there's anything you're dying to hear about.
Oh, we got to show this. If anyone hasn't seen this is a fucking gold mine. Make sure that this is readable. This is one of like the funniest things I've seen in weeks.
I saw one of these with a different.
I did too. I've seen a few of them, but this is the original one that I saw, and I just thought it was so fucking funny. I would go with the second package. I don't know about you. Stunt with the money. That's a big part. Proof of gappage. Proof of taking him to Gapplebee's. That's huge. And the apology. I mean, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
For an extra $75.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pay $350 to win some races, then you might as well pay $75 to make yourself look like the good guy.
I think I would ask for a $5 discount just so I could pay $420.
Oh yeah, probably. And he'd probably be cool.
Yeah, he'd probably, high five on that or something. So that's the podcast. That's it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. And,
What an anticlimactic ending.
you know, tune in next time we go live with no warning.
I have warning. I put the fucking preview up fucking hours ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
This was scheduled, dude. This was scheduled this morning.
this was scheduled this morning.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So, like,
tune in next
time I schedule it, watch it,
school program.
right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, instead of it being a lame outro like we were doing right there, which I'm not sure if it was a bit or if it was us actually giving up in life, but we're kind of done
I
here.
think it's possible.
It was
Oh.
probably a little bit of both. But we're kind of done here. We weren't really sure if we had too much to talk about this week anyway. I
Sound a little confused.
I would honestly like to maybe start streaming SnowRunner on this channel, maybe, perhaps, because it's a cool truck game. So if anyone wants to play SnowRunner with me and we'll do cool off-roading shit, I'll totally stream it. So, yeah, I want to thank everyone who was here for watching. I want to thank Colin for being here, for being a fantastic co-host and having some great discussion with me. I want to thank Colin's 4 moms for watching.
Yeah, shout out moms.
We
What's
we
good?
love you. Dinner was fantastic. Thank you very much.
And yeah, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time.
So take it easy, guys. We'll see you in 2 to 3 weeks. Try not to catch corona, and remember to keep yourself sideways. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye bye.
BT Racing.
BC Racing.